Hey Trinity, let's talk about stroke technique. You can see here you have a very knee-driven dolphin kick in your butterfly. And what happens is with that knee-driven kick, your feet drop below your hip line, which makes you create a lot of drag. All right. You want to try and minimize that drag as best as you can. So make sure you generate the kick from your hips and your upper abs. Okay. And then keep that kick small and quick just below the surface. You can see in the slow-mo how big those knee bends are in that kick, right? You want to make sure you get those a lot smaller, generating the kick from your upper abs and your hips. Make sure on your butterfly that when you come over the top and you get ready to go into your butterfly catch, that you don't dip that far down into the water. All right, you want to stay nice and high in the water, keep your body high so that you have a lot of leverage going into the butterfly catch. Always make sure to reset your head to look back down towards the bottom of the pool, all right? You can see here while you're gliding forward and pushing the water backwards, that you lift that chin to look up towards the length of the pool. You want to always make sure you look down, all right? Bring in a backstroke here. You can see those hips are very, very low, all right? You want to make sure to push those hips up towards the surface. Pushing those hips up towards the surface is going to help you get those feet a little bit more in line with your hips, a little bit more stable, all right? And you want to keep that kick small, quick, and continuous just below the surface. You do that by kicking more from your hip flexors rather than from your knees. You can see right now you have a very, very knee-driven flutter kick for your backstroke. You want to make sure that that kick comes from the hip flexors, all right? Now a good way to do that is by lifting those hips up towards the surface. And a good way to help that is by tilting your head even more backwards so that you lean a little bit more backwards in the water. So step one in improving your backstroke here is working on that body position. Going in a breaststroke here, make sure you keep those feet and hips in line with your head, all right? You want to make sure that your head and your hips and your feet are in one line coming off of the wall, all right? And you want to keep that line going up towards the surface. You don't want to swim up towards the surface. You can see here in your breaststroke that you have that head lifted up, looking at down the length of the pool the whole time, right? Each time you go into your breaststroke glide phase up front, you want to make sure you reset your head to look down towards the bottom of the pool. You can see here how those feet and those hips are higher than your head, all right? You want to make sure to keep your head in line with your hips, in line with your feet, all right? And you can see here going into your breaststroke catch to press those thumbs down, and then you flare out away from your midline and away from your shoulder line, all right? You want to make sure that you roll into a high elbow catch, press on the water with your palms downwards so you get those elbows nice and high, and then throw that water back, all right? Going into freestyle here, again, make sure coming off of the wall there that your head, hips, and your feet are in one line. Now here in freestyle, make sure you set up that head position to look down, all right, and then hold that head position until just before you need to grab that breath, rotate out, grab that breath real quick, and then reset your head position to look back down, all right? It's very, very important to keep your head still while you're swimming. That will eliminate some body sway through the water. Now make sure that you set up your freestyle catch to where your hands are just below the surface, and then you roll straight into a high elbow catch, all right? Right now you can see you're pressing down on the water, which means you're pressing water down towards the bottom rather than grabbing water and throwing it back towards your feet. Keep up the good work, Trinity.